2.2 million monthly listeners, sold out shows, and at one point, a record-setting pitcher at Duke? Mike's story is one of the most unique in the music industry, and yet, most people don't even realize he exists. He's quietly built one of the most successful careers in music with no label, no major industry backing, and little to no press. So who is Mike? And how did he become one of the biggest artists nobody talks about? In 2007, Mike was a freshman at Duke University, where he played baseball. That year, he set the record for the lowest ERA in a season, became best friends with future MLB pitcher Marcus Stroman, and was on a fast track to the league right there with him. Everything was working out exactly like he always wanted. But then, in one moment, everything changed. In just the third game of his sophomore season at Duke, his elbow popped. He needed Tommy John surgery and wasn't able to play for 16 months. But in a weird way, the same injury that ruined his career in baseball might have been the greatest thing to ever happen to him. During his recovery, Mike needed something else to do. Just to kill time, he picked up a mic and decided to start messing around making rap music on his laptop. The first song he ever recorded was called College Humor. He played it for a couple of his friends on the team, and they convinced him to put it out. But he still had one problem. He needed a name. Because of a situation with the Duke lacrosse team a few years before he got to campus, athletes at the university weren't allowed to have social media with their names attached to it. To get around the rule, Mike jokingly made his Instagram username Mike Stud. He didn't think the music would go anywhere, so he didn't overthink it. He decided to go by the name Mike Stud and dropped a music video for College Humor on YouTube. The song basically went viral overnight, and his career in music began. Well, kind of. Even with the success of College Humor, Mike still thought his purpose was to play baseball. His recovery was coming to an end, so he transferred to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. to focus on playing the sport he loved, while continuing rap on the side. He quickly realized he wasn't the same player that he used to be, and fans were even showing up to his games just to see their favorite rapper, not to watch him play baseball. He's even said that's what finally made him realize he could have a serious career in music. Then, he met one of the most important people he would ever meet in his entire music career. John Kilmer was just starting his career as a cameraman, and came across Mike's music video for College Humor on YouTube. He reached out to Mike, and from there, basically never left his side. He helped him film music videos, edit, build his brand, and stuck with him the whole time. They went all in. Mike quit baseball, and they immediately started touring. After about a year or two of consistent drops and small tours building up his initial fan base, he dropped his third album, Closer, on July 7th of 2014, and finally saw mainstream success. The album hit number 1 on the iTunes album charts, and people started seeing Mike as one of the faces of a rap subgenre nicknamed frat rap. He continued gradually building off his momentum until January of 2016, when he dropped the song that changed his life forever. These Days came out on January 12th of 2016, and quickly became the biggest song of his entire career. The song became an anthem for every athlete, college party, and basically every party at the time in general. But even after These Days blew up, Mike decided to stay independent. He didn't like the music industry and wanted to keep all of his profit. His goal wasn't to be the biggest rapper in the world. It was just to make music, make a living, and have fun. Fast forward 2 years later in 2018, and the frat rap scene was dying. The music needed to change, and he decided that he did too. So he dropped the stud out of his name and decided to rebrand his stage name to Mike. On July 23rd of 2021, he dropped his first album as Mike, and it became the highest streamed album of his entire career. The Highs isn't just known as his highest streamed album, but also a fan favorite, with songs like Life Got Crazy and Rodman to name a few. But it wasn't a rap album. He developed a strange new blend of pop, rap, and maybe even some elements of country music all into one, and somehow, even his older fans loved it. Mike dropped another album in 2024 titled The Lows, and plans to finish off his career with his final album, The In-Betweens, sometime in the next few years. Even at the peak of his success, he's stepping away just because it feels right. He's never cared about being the biggest artist in the world. He never even planned on being a musician. It all just sorta happened. From playing baseball at Duke, to being known as a frat rapper, to dropping the genre of rap almost entirely, somehow, everything worked out. Do you think Mike has the craziest story in music?